Alright, so, welcome to the ODDcast Podcast. This is episode 5, I'm pretty sure. And, I have
Let's do season 2, episode 1.
Season 2, episode 1.
Season 2.
Alright, so,
Bonafide.
I guess welcome to season 2, episode 1.
Yeah, mother frickers.
This is, my two new co-hosts, John and Ryan decided to frick off, so...
you're introducing us as John and Ryan.
Oh, here's John and Ryan, everybody, the
I
new
would
and
totally be
improved.
Ryan.
I'm totally John, dude. John's my spirit animal.
John's my spirit animal.
John is my spirit animal. Anyways,
So, why don't you guys introduce yourself before we get any further into this?
hey, I'm Josh. I'm not so Josh. And where are the Josh crumbs?
What do you do?
What do I
I
do?
do it all.
Oh, I make genitalia in Blender.
Oh my god.
That's a
You
lie.
can probably say about yourself?
I think you
Who
should
are you?
introduce yourself, yeah.
Yeah.
The fuck
Okay.
are you, man?
I'm Jacob. I don't do anything besides stream without a mic. Thank you. That's all I have to
I am
say.
an internet mute.
Internet mute. You guys are
Uh,
such fucking losers.
I edit some video. I'm learning.
He edits some video.
I edit some
Can
video.
you just like flash that on the screen? Ding, ding, ding.
Go!
We are
This is how we do it.
completely, utterly unprepared because we are good at stuff. So
Okay, so we got a few topics. So.
we have
Ooh,
whatever
I got a
Josh
topic.
has, and we just
What's
jump
your
off of
topic?
that.
What is your Tupac?
What's your Tupac Shakur right now, my friend? Ew! It sounded like you threw up in my fucking ear.
I might have, just a
That
little.
was disgusting.
Oh my god. My topic I want to talk about is baby oil. What do you think about it?
You fucking
It's
idiot.
alright.
Okay,
It's
actual topic.
What a good topic.
Actual topic.
I got a topic, baby oil. It's alright. Goodbye, that was Oddcast. Thanks for listening.
Me and Jay were actually talking about this before you showed up, Josh.
Yeah, you showed up, you fucking asshole.
Am I not
Uh,
in on the joke?
I don't even know
He
what he's
doesn't get it,
talking about.
Jay doesn't get it.
Oh
Jay
shit,
doesn't
oh
get
shit, I'm finally in on it. Yay! I'm never in on
Okay,
it.
inside jokes all over the place.
it. Paranormal experiences.
Oh.
That's good.
Almost every single one of my brothers and sisters have seen, like, quote-unquote demons, angels. One of them, the older one, the one older than me, even claims to have seen, like, stuffed animals walking around the house.
It's like some Akira stuff. God damn, that's creepy.
Sorry, like, every single one except for me and my brother Sean, who just happened to also be agnostic / atheist.
Yeah. I don't believe in ghosts.
I don't believe in
Stupid
ghosts.
fuck.
Song just comes on. Do you believe now? So,
Jesus.
so
Alright.
Jacob, you got anything? Or
You
is
brought
that
it up,
just,
so I'm pretty sure you probably have something.
I think he was
So-
just looking for something.
I- Well, because we had, we were talking about
Spooky
topics.
ghost
Me and Jay
mind.
were talking about this before you got here.
Yeah,
Before
you fucking
showed up.
loser.
You.
Yeah.
Before you showed up.
Before I lived next to Josh, which I did used to live close to Josh, I lived
That's-
in another house.
That's impossible. You lived before me.
What?
Don't make up stuff.
What are you talking about?
Sorry. Go on.
What?
I'm just
Before I
being stupid.
lived
Sorry,
next to
go on.
Josh, like you were just like a
Yeah,
fucking...
before you
oh.
met me, you existed?
No, like when I used to live near.
Before
near-
you were his conjoined twin.
Yeah. Before we got chopped in half.
Did you ever see
I'm
that
sorry,
fucking
I'm
movie?
I'm like bringing the autism to this episode.
Did you
Go on.
did you ever hold on? Did you ever fucking watch that movie? The whole movie
What
where
movie?
it's just two conjoined
getting
twins.
Wait, isn't that
I can't remember the
basket
fuck.
case?
I can't remember
Oh,
what the
yeah,
fuck
I
it's
remember.
called.
Yes, for none.
It's called Siamese. No.
And they
Siamese
had
cats.
and like the other half
Toy
was
Story.
having. Really? The other half was having sex with some girl, and like the guy was like fucking moving up and down. Like the other half of him was like moving up and down. It was the most fucking disgusting thing I've ever seen.
Not gonna lie, that sounds really hot.
It's
My mouth
not
is
like because they
watering
put it
right
like a
now.
curtain like in between them.
That's dumb. That's really shallow. You can't go out with a Siamese twin and not like both of them.
They're not Siamese.
I know. What?
That's
What,
conjoined.
So is it like just a single person, a single point on their body is conjoined, and they're just perfectly like.
It's a little pintle.
Okay, so there's 4 arms and 4 legs and 2 heads on this person, right?
No, Siamese isn't what you think it is.
What is
It's
it?
conjoined twins.
Conjoined twins are two different completely different. It's not Siamese isn't even in the same category as a conjoined twin.
Well, what? I don't understand. What
A
the hell?
Siamese cat?
What?
What
about
are you talking
What are
about?
you talking about? Yeah.
Siamese twin is like a medical term type thing.
What is a Siamese twin? Let me look this up, bro.
A Siamese twin is just like, it's like, basically twins that failed to separate and are still conjoined.
That's
in some way.
conjoined.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, but it's like a more
I've
like,
never heard of
professional
that.
term, like Siamese twin. Like,
It says
I love how
dated.
you're just like, this is literally the exact opposite. Also, what is it?
All right, whatever. Go on with your fucking paranormal shit. 'Cause I just made myself look stupid.
I had weird things happen in this house before before Josh.
That is too paranormal. Not on this podcast.
My
It
tits
was
are
like-
shaking.
My brother actually like said he saw like
Why
an
is it
older.
always the little brother?
I know it's weird. It was like
Because
my
they want
brother.
attention usually.
So my brother slept in my mom and dad's room when he was a little kid, and he said
Little
he apparently
fucking
saw like a
bitch.
really tall man, about like 10 feet tall, like his
Dude,
head
that's
barely
so hot.
barely touching the ceiling, looking over my dad while he was sleeping.
Oh, daddy.
And I never like saw anything, but I did feel like I saw like things move a little bit. Like there was a cup on the counter that just was flung and onto the floor and shattering.
I'm really sad that I actually have nothing. I just knocked
Don't
over
be
my
sad.
phone.
It terrified me as a kid. I had like weird experiences.
Do you want to see shadow people?
When I first heard of
I'll call
what's
one.
that called?
Sleep paralysis.
Yeah, sleep paralysis. No joke. I actually tried to induce it.
Dude, I want to like start writing.
I don't
want
want to fucking do that. I don't think you
I
want to do
I
that
want to
either.
be scared out of my ass.
You will
I had
be,
sleep
and it'll
paralysis.
scar you for the rest of your life.
I had
Some
sleep
people,
paralysis,
you know what? People who eat jalapenos, it's the same thing.
what?
Like you eat a dragon pepper and you're like, oh, that is so spicy. I want to get paranormal shit and be like, oh, that is so spooky.
I'll try to get myself.
Don't
to
think
do
that's the
that,
same thing.
but I had one sleep paralysis experience.
I think
that
it is
wasn't
the same
like
thing.
sleep paralysis exactly. I was sleeping on the couch, and my dad gets home at like 1 p.m. from his job, and I'm home alone.
What the hell is
It's part of the story. I'm home alone.
Sorry,
man.
go on. Sorry, go on.
I'm home alone. It's like, let's say like 9 o'clock, and I'm still tired. And I'm laying on the couch, and I like have my eyes open, like barely, and I see the front door open and close, and like it was like a shadow person almost, but it wasn't. It was really like transparent. I saw it
Shadow
open the
person.
door,
Was it?
open the door, get on the floor. Everybody walking the dinosaur. No, I saw it open the door, and close the door behind it, and walk down the hallway. And I woke
What a
up.
nice person.
I thought my dad was home for a second, and I go to the hallway. There's nothing there. No one was there.
Damn.
The door was still locked, and I was like, kind of weirded out by it.
You go and you're like, Papa?
I felt for a second that someone broke into my house.
Oh god, that'd be way worse than a ghost.
Yeah,
I
because
thought-
that's an
I,
actual
like,
threat.
literally looked everywhere. Make
Ghost
sure
was just
no
like,
one broke into my house.
Did you guys ever
Yeah.
like read any of those stories where like those actual like the real stories about people finding out there was someone living in their house
Yeah, you
without
see
their
videos
knowledge?
of that all the time. Yeah, like you see people like someone uploaded a video on YouTube of like some.
I know
like,
there's a lot of them that aren't actually real, but there is some that it's like kind of hard for it not to be.
This couple had food like disappear out of their fridge, so they're
Yeah.
curious, and they left a camera in their living room at night, and there's just this lady that just crawls out of the ceiling and steals food, and then crawls
That's
back up.
fucking terrifying.
At one point, the guy walks out at nighttime, and she's hiding under the table, and he doesn't see her at all.
There was this one that I remember watching. They actually had footage of it happening. Like they kept their they kept the camera on it and everything. This girl who lived alone in her apartment started noticing like shit disappearing from her house, like pictures of her out of picture frames and stuff. It was nothing.
And the KFC. Sorry.
Yeah, Josh.
I am adding nothing to this.
It was what was it? He started stealing pictures of her. It wasn't food. It wasn't like anything. It was like personal possessions and shit she would actually care about, like
Her overalls.
Yeah.
her fucking overalls. My lucky overalls, they're gone.
No.
So what she did is she put a camera that she could, fucking record everything at night with, under like a pile of clothes in front of her front door, just to see if anybody actually broke in. and sure enough, someone broke in, and he started rummaging around through the house, and then he kind of stood in front of the camera, and then walked into where her bedroom should be, and then nothing. Like, there was no other footage of anything else. And then later on, she finally realizes that it's kind of a scary thing that she saw the guy walked into the fucking house but never walked out. The footage was left on all night, and it wasn't skipping or anything. Nothing was tampered with. So
he's somewhere in the house.
Then she puts her fucking feet on the wooden floor, and she feels fucking hot air come from the fucking underside of her bed.
I'd book it, dude. Just don't.
The police book in and then find him under the bed with clutching a knife. Yo, that fuck that shit.
Dude,
fuck it.
That fuck shit.
Like, that is terrifying. I can't really think of how I would really not notice someone actually being in my house. Like, personally, me, because like there's 3 other people in my house. 2 people, sorry.
If
I would totally not notice because there's so many people in my house.
If I saw a picture out of its frame, I'd just be like, who took that? There must be something going on here.
Yeah, if I saw like a picture out of its frame, I'd be like, you asshole little brothers, put it back.
Like,
and then my food was missing, I'd be like, you assholes, put it back.
Put it back now.
I assume everything is them because it usually is. So if someone broke in, I wouldn't even notice.
And then someone steals one of your little brothers, and then you just look at your little brother and you're like, come on, put it back.
Put it back.
Bring up another thing. Have you guys ever had dreams so realistic that you wake up and you think that the events actually happened?
I've actually had a few of those, but you know what's interesting?
Yes.
If nobody has any thing they want to say that could like last a few seconds, because I could go on for a while about this one.
I just want to say real quick, like, I've had dreams where I'm like, because I've had my phone on my desk, and I've had dreams that I've like gotten out of my bed to go get my phone and like watch YouTube videos, and then I wake up and I'm like feeling for my phone right next to me.
Because you thought you got it.
Yeah, I thought I got it, and it's on my desk, and I freak out.
Okay.
Oh wait, can I say one thing? Hold on, can I say one thing? I might have said this before.
I don't know what. Sorry.
Too soon.
Too soon. Too soon.
It's not too soon. Fuck you. I'm saying that because he's awesome.
You're right.
Anybody who says that is just like, fuck you.
I don't know if I addressed it on YouTube yet, but R.I.P. Chester Bennington.
R.I.P. Chester Bennington. Way to date the podcast.
Fucking legendary.
Jay, what if I blew ass into my mic right now?
I love Chester Bennington is great, and people were playing music at a store and of fucking Lincoln Park, and they're like, too soon. I'm like, dude, he's a good singer. What are you doing? Are you mocking him?
Honor him by listening to his music.
Yeah, what the hell? Too soon. Fuck off.
The radio station around here played his music for 2 days straight. Like, everything.
Well, did they play all the albums, or did they loop music?
No, it was all the different albums, like Hybrid Theory, They Were Living Things, all of them.
Really annoying. That's really cool.
They're just constantly playing heavy, like, this is the only song we know.
This is the only song we have, sorry guys.
This is the only one we have the rights to.
I heard New Divide come on, which is like my favorite fucking song by him. By them.
Hold on, you're saying something, you're getting off track.
Oh, my bad. Alright, so it was maybe like 5 years ago, something like that, when I was still living with my mom and everything. I actually had my own room at one point, and then other shit happened. I don't want to go into that. But, so I had him sleep over, and obviously we have to sleep in the same fucking bed because I only have one bed, and I'm not going to make the guy sleep on the floor. It would be weird.
Who slept over?
My friend Manny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've done that a lot.
So we're playing Xbox, and he kind of just
sleeping in the same bed.
Yeah, we have 2 different blankets though, so it's different.
No, gay.
Fuck you. Our socks are on. Our socks are on. Okay.
My socks. One of my socks are off. Fuck.
You're gay.
Sorry, my sock was pulled up. My left sock was pulled up right higher over my right sock.
That is so gay.
So we were playing Xbox or something. We were playing like Black Ops when it was still relevant.
Black Ops is relevant?
When it first came out, yeah, like the first one. It was like a year later, but it was still like booming with multiplayer people. So we're playing, and he just kind of falls asleep. So I go and play story mode, and I get like really into it, and then I fall asleep, and then I wake up maybe around like 3 in the morning, and our fucking blankets are switched, like completely switched. Like,
okay, I got a few of those good stories. I got a
like
few of those.
not only
dude.
that, but we were on the opposite sides of the bed from each other.
That's weird. That's
Like,
weird.
no.
I got you. I
No,
got you
but
beat.
like, what the weird thing is like the way we were situated. I had a twin-size bed, so the way we had to lay, it was like our feet, his feet were like almost in my face, and my feet were almost in his face. That means we swapped positions. I was where he was supposed to be laying,
And then you
on the
flipped
left
around.
side towards the wall. This is where I was, is where he was, and our blankets were completely switched. My mom, my dad, nobody came in, nothing. My door was locked.
He
What
probably
the
pranked you.
fuck happened?
He probably blew you
Someone
too,
was
and he's like,
hiding
it's
under
just a
the
joke.
floorboards. They ate all your
This
KFC.
kid sleeps for hours on end. He would not wake up just to prank me.
Yeah, people tend to do that.
Jay, he sucked you up as a joke as well.
Yeah,
you
that
do?
was a really funny joke, I recall.
It's just a prank.
It's just a prank. Oh. Anyways, okay, so my turn. So to name a few, to name a few of my similar scenarios. One time I was sleeping. Me and my friend were doing a sleepover, and he was in his bed, and I was on the floor. I was on the floor, and I'm gonna give you a minute. You good?
Let's have a moment of silence, please.
Oh my
Let's have a
fucking...
moment of silence for Chester Bennington and Jay's stupid head. You
Jay's
good?
just pulling head.
Just a prank ball.
Okay, anyways. So me and my friend were having a sleepover.
Right.
I was in a sleeping bag where you zip it up and you climb
Did he
inside,
like take
right?
you out of his? Like, were you in his sleeping bag or something like that afterwards?
No. I brought my own sleeping bag.
Oh, okay. So was he? in
And
your
I brought
sleeping
my
bag?
sleeping bag. He was sleeping in his bed. We woke up. I was in his bed and he was in my sleeping bag.
What?
No joke. I don't even like.
I'm sure you
have
guys.
to- you would have to unzip it to get out.
I'm sure you guys have done this like when you're like really tired. Like you sleep talk. Like you're so tired
Oh,
that
yeah,
you
I've
don't
done that all
even
the
realize
time.
it.
But hold on. I got a few more of these. One time I woke up. I keep my laundry basket at the foot of my bed, right?
My headphone
Yeah.
just like flew off my fucking head.
Spooky. Okay, so I keep my the laundry basket, my laundry basket,
My
at the
laundry.
foot of my bed. I basically do my laundry, but I never put it away because I'm such a fucking lazy dum dum.
And what's
little
the
slut.
point though? I mean, you're just gonna wear
But-
it anyway, so.
Yeah, that's true.
I just
But
keep
then
all
I-
my shit
it's
on my
just-
chair and just pull it
It's
off.
just really wrinkly and it's kind of annoying. But so it's at the foot of my bed. I go to bed. I wake up. The laundry basket is. I am in the laundry basket. Like I'm still where I fell asleep, but I am now in the laundry basket. Like my pillow is inside the laundry basket, and the clothes replace my blanket. The blanket is on the floor, and all the clothes are all over my body.
Okay, so this might be a correlation. Your brothers
Yes.
told me that you had night terrors in which you like sit up and
I
scream.
do have night terrors.
I
You
used
sit
to
up
have
and
night
you
terrors.
scream.
Yes.
I have small night terrors to the point where it's like, not like night terrors, but I'll get really freaked out because I'll be like on the verge of sleep, and I hear like voices like yelling.
I just remembered something.
For me, I just wake up with like a massive thing of panic, and I never remember it. I just immediately fall back to sleep.
I just remembered something that my mom told me.
What did you remember that your mom told you?
It was back when I was still living in her house or whatever,
Okay.
and I was back when I still had my room, and apparently her and my dad were watching a movie on the couch, and the way my room was situated is like it goes to get to my room. You have to go past like a bathroom, like like a very tiny hallway, and like at the end of that tiny hallway is where my room was. So I would
Okay.
have to walk out and walk like 5 feet, and then you would actually be able to see me visibly, like from the
Okay.
living room couch. So apparently, my mom saw something that looked like me walk out of my room, stare at them in a shirt that I've never worn, and walk back
This
in the
has
room.
Opa on it.
And when
So
I when she walked over to check on me, I was fast asleep and wearing a completely different shirt.
That's
You just
weird.
go get your mom's shirt.
That's really weird, dude.
Like when she told me that, like I almost cried. I was so fucking terrified, like that there was a demon that looked like me, like a doppelganger in my fucking house.
that's
Jay, what
scary.
shirt was he wearing? Was he wearing the "I am a doppelganger demon in your house" shirt?
Not Doppler.com.
Not doppelerdemon.com.
My mom's just like, oh, it's just a doppelganger. Fuck it.
This fucking doppelganger. He's just
Did you
like,
hear about that though? If you actually, there's a thing that where like if you meet your doppelganger in real life, it means you're gonna die.
Yeah.
That's yeah. I've heard also. I also heard that Bob Ross paints where he leaves his fucking victims. Shut up.
What?
That
I
is
was
the
being
stupidest
serious.
thing I've ever heard.
No,
yeah,
it's-
I know.
It's
a
paranormal, I
reasonable
mean.
theory. It's a reasonable theory. I can
Why?
understand.
Why?
Because like if you meet something that looks exactly like you and acts exactly like you, don't you mean doesn't that mean like something like bad's really gonna happen? Like why would they exist for that reason?
Why? They also could just exist because they look uncannily like you.
Or there's something sinister because they look uncannily like me and they act uncannily like me and they're wearing the same fucking clothes. I mean doppelganger, like they look and act and are everything exactly like me, just not me.
I've got another thing I want to talk about as well.
Hold on, we're
I
not
don't know.
done with the.
No, not the topic. It's on the same topic, but
Okay.
of moms and kids and whatnot.
I like moms and
When
kids.
my
Why
mom
not?
was, when my mom was pregnant with me, apparently she was walking.
Oh
down
shit!
the-
What a whore.
Ew.
She
You
was
were
walking-
you were in your mom. Ew.
No, it wasn't. I was in my dad. But this is besides.
I was in my dad first. Thank you very much.
When my mom was pregnant with me, apparently she was walking down some stairs and something tried pushing her down.
Oh
She was your dad.
It was like no, nothing was around her, so something did. I'm being serious, something probably didn't want me born.
Was
Well,
it
I
your
wonder
dad?
why.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, because I'm gonna debunk it and
Like she gets
Okay.
she gets almost pushed down the stairs and he's like just right behind her and she's like, "Oh my god, honey, what the fuck happened? Why are you
No,
falling
my
down the
dad
stairs?
was
Down the stairs.
Who pushed you
My
down
dad-
the stairs?"
my dad wasn't at the home or
No,
at
I'm
home
kidding. I'm kidding.
at the time. It's like
We don't need to disprove your dad.
Your tet.
Your dad.
debunk my dad.
Debunk. That
You should
was
be-
defunct. Okay, so I got a few more night terrors. Apparently, a really funny one that I have no recollection of is
You usually don't though. That's the thing.
I almost always never have a recollection of these.
You're not really
But-
supposed to because you're not actually really awake when it's happening.
Yeah. But something that happened with me and my friends is I woke up. We just finished watching the Doctor Who episode, The Empty Child, with the gas mask kid.
Oh fuck that thing.
We
Middle
just
Gear.
finished, me and my friend just finished watching that, and I woke up in the middle of the night, and he's like, dude, what are you doing? Because he was still awake just playing games. I believe it was Far Cry, too, unrelated detail. But, I woke up, I just holding my blanket, he's like, dude, what's up? And I was just like, what is that? And he's like, what's what? This is him explaining what happened.
Right.
This is just all from his perspective. So.
He's all like, he just tells you, he's like, you were such a fag, lol.
God, you're such
Rar
a
XD.
babe. But anyways, I get up and I'm like, what is that? And I'm just like, he's like, what's what? And then I run out of the room. And then just I run out of the room. And I remember doing this, but I do not remember how he explained it. Because what I remember running out of the room, and I'm trying to get around something. And I run out of the room, and he follows me. He's like, dude, what the hell are you doing? And I just sit down on a chair in his dining room. I sit down on a chair in his dining room, and he's like, dude, what the hell? And he shakes me awake, even though my eyes were open.
So then you
Apparently.
awake in the chair.
He's like,
Yeah.
what's going on?
But no, I didn't wake
Oh,
up.
this usually doesn't happen.
But I woke up in the chair. I didn't wake up in the chair. He didn't, like, when he shook me awake, quote unquote, I woke up, I was like, what's going on? And he's like, I don't know, what is going on? And I'm like, And
I don't know.
so apparently I walk back to the bed, and then just immediately go right back to sleep.
That's weird.
That's creepy. So
Now he's not the lying type,
Yeah.
but
Can I talk about something that wasn't
Yeah.
technically paranormal,
Actually-
but at the time I thought it was? Like not it was it's not as bad as the other thing.
okay.
So, around 3 or 4 years ago, I had a friend named Paul, and
Well,
I would sleep over at his house all the time. This guy had horrible living habits. Like, his room was trashed. There was clothes all over the place. It was his fucking dresser was on the floor. It was fucking...
Can't stand
It
that.
was disgusting. But I had no other friends, and I had nowhere else to go. And he had...
I had no other friends.
And he had an Xbox 360, and I didn't. So there was one night where we were just...
you're really
He had 2 couches. We would sit there, we would play on the... play games, and I would be on one couch, you would be on the other couch.
It's like, you want to take this couch home? I got an extra one.
So, we both fall asleep, and I wake up maybe like 2 hours later, and this time it was actually something that really happened. He woke up, or I thought he woke up, and he walked over, and he opened the door to the front door and walked outside. And he just kept walking down the street.
Huh.
And I followed him. I kept following him. I kept asking, and he just keeps mumbling to himself, and I can't understand what the fuck he's saying. And I shook him,
done that.
and I shook him, and I shook him, and I finally, I pushed him over, and he fell on the ground, and he woke up, and he's like, "What the?
Where'd my jaw go?"
He's like,
Sorry.
"What the fuck is going on?" And he was like, "Why am I outside?" And I'm like, "I don't know. You just got up
Why
and
are
walked
you
out."
outside?
So that happened. We go back in. The whole night he's fine. He goes back to sleep and wake up in the morning. Everything's fine. It's like he barely even remembered him waking up though. So I think like 2 weeks later I sleep over his house again, and he does it again. But then he grabs a baseball bat and he swings it at me.
Oh, fuck.
And he hits me in the face.
Ow.
This is another time where this is actually fucking happening. Like, he's really
Maybe-
doing this.
Maybe he realized that you were only going over to play on his Xbox.
No, this is the he apparently had like this mental problem where he has this like when he goes into these modes, like he goes psychotic. His mom has told me some creepy fucking stories about him. So he hits me in the face, and I instantly scream at him, and I punch him straight in the fucking face, and he wakes up. And he was like, "Dude, why the fuck did you hit me?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Why'd you hit me with a fucking baseball bat?" And he's like, and he looks at his, and he looks
I
at
don't
his,
know about that.
and he looks at his
First of
hand,
all-
and he notices there's a baseball bat, and he drops it. He's like, "Oh my fucking god, what did I do?"
He looks at the baseball bat, he's like, "Who dat?"
So I don't sleep over this kid's house for like another 4 months, because I'm like, I'm not having that happen to me ever again.
He's
Yeah.
like,
But then I
"Dude, what the
realized
fuck?"
I don't have any friends. Let's go sleep over his house. So 3 months later, I do it again, and it happens again, and he starts like swinging at me. But he's missing, and it looks like he's missing purposely. And as the course of like another 6 months go by, it's occasionally I'm sleeping over his house and all this other stuff, and it constantly happens every time. But it starts to seem like it's not really happening. Turns out, after the first 2 times, after his mom told him, or what I told him, he thought it would be funny to use my gullibleness against me and make it seem like he was trying to kill me.
Son of a bitch.
The first 2
Okay.
times he was actually, like, going crazy in his
Fucking
sleep.
dumb. What a fucking prick, dude.
Like, the first 2 times it was real. Like, he was actually terrified of what he almost did. And all of, like, the next 10 times, which he tried to make believable, and he kind of succeeded. It was just not until after I started realizing, like... And then I confronted him about it. I'm like, we can be straight up right now. If you don't tell me the truth right now, then I'm not gonna fucking talk to you ever again. Were you fucking faking all of those times that you pretty much tried to kill me in your sleep? And he was like, yeah, 100%. And I'm like, why? Because I thought it was funny and it entertained me. And I'm like, well, you're not my friend
Does he
anymore, so
just-
fuck you.
As soon as you're gone from his house, he just starts laughing. What's the punchline? I don't get it.
It entertains him. He's crazy or something. So
That's
yeah,
fucking
that's one thing that
psychotic.
fucking happened to me.
What an asshole.
Yeah, it was bad.
So on night terrors, like, most of the times I had night terrors was usually after a scary movie because I was a bitch. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
I was afraid of the dark for the longest.
Oh yeah, I remember you being a bitch.
No, I
But,
mean, I
um,
had to.
Like, we watched a lot of scary movies, and movies that weren't inherently scary just scared the living shit out of me. I remember
Right.
this when I was a little baby, I remember this. When I was like 4, there was a movie that came out of my favorite all-time favorite like fictional
favorite
character,
favorite.
Buzz Lightyear of Star Command came out with a movie. The world's greatest toy. You should put the actual ad in over that where I just say that, but like on Toy Story 2 or Toy Story 1 or something.
I know
like
why you got scared. I know exactly what you're about to say.
Why?
Because
Why?
that fucking moment where those toys came to life, whatever Sid's toys came to life.
No. Not Toy Story the movie. The Buzz Lightyear movie.
Because
it had its own show.
I know that, but I'm about to say like that moment
go on,
where
yeah.
that fucking like that head that had spider legs under it.
I thought that thing was
That
hilarious.
scared the shit out of me.
I laughed my ass off at that.
Because then like that fucking those Barbie legs with like a fishing pole came out of nowhere.
You just see that in your nightmare.
It's funny now, but like when you're like 5,
Yeah, I can
that's
see you.
terrifying.
But I watched that one. I was perfectly fine. I watched the movie, and basically Zurg found this thing that like turned people into him, and it just fucking terrified me. Because, like, I would apply that to my own life in my fucking overactive imagination. I would apply that to my own life and just see, like, the people I hated just becoming everyone.
Oh.
And it terrified the shit out of me.
Oh my god.
But there's another one that was actually scary. It's called Wirewolf, which was probably the freakiest episode where one of Buzz's friends was on a planet where you're supposed to get inside before the moon comes out. But he managed... Or they were trying to, like, they got a call from some people who were trying to get rid of this fucking weird thing. And this thing bit him. And that, plus the moon's radiations, he didn't get inside in time. And he fused with the fucking wires, thus becoming Wirewolf. And it terrified the living shit out of me.
That's like some I have no mouth and I must scream.
Yeah, it was fucking terrifying.
I
don't know.
if you're finished with your story, I can.
That's it. Yeah. That's
Okay.
all gone.
So I got scared. I started watching Doctor Who maybe like 2 years ago, and I watched it like profusely. Like I binged it until I couldn't binge it anymore. I'm gonna just throw this in there. This isn't part of the story, but like I started Doctor Who very weirdly.
Okay.
I started from seasons 5 to 7, and then went back and watched 1 to 4.
You fucking freak.
But that's the thing about Doctor Who, you don't have to watch the beginning to understand anything else. Like, that's how weird the episodes are. So, I got really into...
I like where you can just, like, you can watch any episode and it's just cohesive.
So, I finally get to experience David Tennant as the Doctor and Christopher Eccleston, and I was so fucking into it. And it got to... I can't remember what the name of the episode was, but it was the episode... when Rose was still the companion and David, I think, just around becoming the next Doctor.
You ready? I'm gonna name it. You ready?
It was the one where they the TV was stealing their faces.
Oh yeah, that one.
And it scared. I had a nightmare the same night about that.
Your girlfriend comes up. She has no face.
Well, I didn't have a girlfriend at this point, actually.
Your girlfriend that you don't have didn't have a face because
like
you
I think I
didn't
met her
have
like a month or 2 later, actually.
Oh my god, Josh. Oh my lord.
So, yeah, if you've seen that episode, you know that their faces are just fucking smooth. It's like Slender Man with
it's
hair.
like a Barbie doll down south, but
It's
all over.
it was so fucking creepy to me. And I had a nightmare that everybody in my family had no face. And they were trying to talk to me, but they were just like mumbling out of like no mouth. And they couldn't understand why I couldn't understand them, and they started screaming at me. And their face started opening up in like this hole with like skin sucked into the hole. Like it was the
like
most...
where you put a shirt over your face and
yeah,
then,
yeah, that type
then
of thing.
just open it. Yeah.
Yeah, it looked, and they all started screaming at me because they got mad that I couldn't understand them. And it just, if you've ever watched the episode with the silence, when they started screaming, do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Yeah.
That, completely that. Those
I've had that.
that
I've had, like,
I
that.
literally woke up and pissed myself. Like, scariest shit ever dreamed in my entire life.
My mom thought it would be a good idea to show me the Twilight Zone when I was a kid.
Your mom's a good person.
Yeah.
Fuck.
What episode did she show you?
It wasn't the one in black and white. It was like a probably one from like.
I think the pig monster scared me.
50, 60?
Yeah, no, not 60.
Oh,
It
you
had
probably
color
watched
to
the
it,
color
so
one.
it's-
So like the 2003 one, they had that. Like there was like early
She showed me
2000
some old
ones.
ones. She showed me some old ones, and then I watched some of the color ones. And there was one of like someone, basically sitting on a plane, and there's thundering outside, and he looks over, and there's someone on the wing, like messing.
Oh,
with
that's like, is that a remake of the old one? Because that's a classic episode. That's what I was talking about, the pig monster.
Yeah, that terrified me as a kid.
I actually haven't watched a lot of that.
There,
need to
I think
watch
my
the Twilight
favorite
Zones
Twilight Zone episode is the kid who can make shit disappear.
That was weird.
And
yeah,
I know
but
that
then
one.
in the thing Jacob's talking about in the color one, they make a sequel episode, and this is like 40 fucking years later, where that person's kid or that person's grandson can do the same thing and makes his whole fucking family disappear. Like
Oh my
it's
God.
That's so like it's so bizarre knowing like those kind of things where you leave your fate to a child
yeah.
and they're just so they're so like
careless.
Like
Hey,
his mom was getting pissed at him for taking a cookie out of the cookie jar, and he's like, "Well, I don't want you to exist anymore." And he thought about it, and she disappeared.
yeah that always like terrified me when something like that comes. Someone who's so like unsure of themselves gets so that like a power like that. That always
Yeah.
terrified the shit
I think
out of
that'd
me.
be cool if it was applied to the kind of thing like Matilda. Like I don't know if you
That
saw
would be
it.
alright.
Like Matilda, like
Yeah.
if like she got so angry with her life that she started manifesting these telekinetic powers. Like, and she used that and her rage to just like tell everybody to fuck off. Like, I don't know. I thought that was cool. That was a good movie.
I still need to watch, but
Oh.
I've been meaning to watch the movie Coraline.
That's a good movie. That's a really
is
good movie.
very well
It creeped me out, to be honest, because of the animation style. But like, it was good.
It was very good.
Is
The
that Tom or Tim?
That's
what's the word?
that's Tim Burton.
Tim
yeah.
Burton.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it's Tim Burton.
It is.
I
You
don't
can tell
know.
by the animation style.
Ask my girlfriend. She's all into that fucking claymation shit.
Anyways, I wanted to talk about like the current state of horror in general. Like, they don't.
They don't try anymore.
They're definitely getting somewhere, but I feel like they forgot what makes them scary.
Okay, so
Why they stick with you.
for
Let's look at it from your
horror-
perspective, Josh.
What?
Let's take it from your perspective.
From my perspective, I think. No, I'm kidding. But I find that most of the movies today, most horror movies, they try like they think what scares people is the gore
Or
the
jump scares.
Jump scares. So it's just like if you go then you're scared. What scares people is the lasting impact. That's what I've found.
So I follow in horror as if it were like PT, in which there aren't that many jump scares, but it
The atmosphere.
terrifies you through visuals.
Yeah. That was a scary
Atmosphere
fucking
is
game.
Everything.
Like what PT did, where it's like there's no like immediate like you don't feel like you're in danger in the beginning, but when you start seeing things over and over again, you feel like terrified.
Because
like,
you're
looping.
it also yeah, because you're in that constant state of looping through the same hallway, and each time you go through that door, you get fucking
Something
everything
worse
gets
happens
worse.
each time, and you start thinking to yourself, "What's gonna happen after this?"
Then you see
hallway?
like a 12-foot fucking lady.
Yeah. It's gotta be, like, if you really wanna
Abnormalities in
scare
like
someone-
human beings and like creatures scare the shit out of me. Like
I know that's what
that's
terrified
why
me
I
about it.
think I don't care that she has like fucking no face or anything. It's
Like you
it's the
remember,
fact that that bitch is 12 feet tall, and the
Remember the
tallest
crooked
human
man?
supposedly is like 8 feet.
remember the crooked man?
Yeah, I know
That
what you're
scared me
talking-
because of the look of it, like how long his neck was.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fucking spooky. I think the one thing that mostly terrifies me completely is skinwalkers. Like that.
Oh, did you ever play the game for that?
Yeah, I've played the game.
Oh
I've
my
also
God, the
watched
face at the
Triotic
end,
play
the
like
face, it
the
makes
face. The one with the face on the tongue.
no, it's like it has white eyes, brown hair.
Oh yeah,
Really
the one that
odd-shaped
took the
skull.
form of Celeste.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Okay,
about.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but
you have to look up that game, Josh.
Not
It's very-
you can watch like someone play it. Cryotic makes a great playthrough of that.
yeah,
game.
let's just direct people away from your video.
go ahead, fucking do it. We're already 50 minutes in.
fun.
They probably clicked off anyway.
We're really 50 minutes in?
Yeah,
We've been talking about spooky shit for 50 minutes.
yeah.
You just missed the spooky cast.
which means I was fucking playing Viscera Cleanup Detail for like 40 minutes.
It's called
Oh my
Immortal
god,
Planet right
it's
now.
a waste of my life.
I'm
Yeah,
playing
that's
that.
because I switched.
Are we
I'm
gonna
playing Hollywood Planet
are we
right
gonna
now.
play that? Actually, Viscera Cleanup.
Yeah, we
Detail?
can play that later after
Alright.
the podcast.
Well, Jacob's not going to because he's gonna die.
I don't even have
Yeah.
the game.
Well,
If you downloaded
that-
Shadow Warrior.
when Foxy posted that free Shadow Warrior link, it came with that.
I completely forgot about it.
You
Oh, did you
dumb
not download
fuck.
it? Oh.
He never
might have-
does.
I don't
He's
know.
like, oh, I'll get to it.
If you even had it go to your Steam, it's already there. Like if you redeem the code on your Steam and it's sitting in your
Nope.
library, the Viscera thing is there.
I did not.
Oh God.
try. What a big dumb dumb.
Does Sean have it?
I
Sean
will buy it
downloaded it, right?
because I will buy it because I want to play this.
Fuck it,
Just
Josh.
like-
We'll just play it with you. I'll just play it with you.
It's only like 1,000 megabytes, but you're gonna probably go to bed soon, anyways. But I wanted to talk about like the current state. I find a lot of indie movies tend to be better than AAA movies nowadays. That's not including a lot of someomes like Homecoming and stuff.
AAA mostly goes on like cinematography and like big explosions and fucking.
Yeah, like
They spend
the-
more of their movie on the cosmetics than anything else.
because they can.
Yeah, because they have the
Which
budget.
makes-
But
yeah,
that
it makes sense.
sacrifices the actual like structural integrity of the movie itself.
What I find, what I see, like in the indie movies, not necessarily indie, but lower budget films, they have to get by on good writing because it's all they have.
Yeah.
It's all they can. It's all they can do.
Yeah.
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 So shit like Gone Home,
Never seen
or
it.
not Gone Home. What's that one? It's Get Out. That's what I'm thinking of.
I haven't seen that yet.
It's fucking fantastic.
I watched Don't Breathe. That was pretty creepy. Where
that
they're
didn't
locked
seem
in the
like
house with
something
the
that'd
blind
be
guy.
so creepy, but it looks so cool.
Yeah, it was a cool concept.
It had a really nice visual direction too, with like a really good shots and everything.
Where like I only saw the trailer. I haven't
The
really.
Bye Bye Man, more like dumb,
More like Bye Bye Dumb Man.
more like bye bye out of this place.
Oh, fuck.
Continue
How
with
would
the
that
reason.
scare somebody though? Like, don't
Bye
say
Bye
the
Man?
Bye Bye
Phased.
Man's name.
I'm like, oh, whatever, bye bye, man. I say-
Don't
say
say the
bye-bye
Bye
to the
Bye
person.
Man's
like
name.
gay,
The
Bye
flying
Man.
spaghetti monster will come after you. Yog Sothoth.
You know
That's
what's sad with horror
that's the
movies
flying
now?
spaghetti monster, right? Yog
With
Sothoth.
horror movies?
Yeah,
Sothoth
I
or
think
whatever.
actually I think it is. I'm not gonna lie.
You know what's sad with horror movies and movies in general, but specifically horror movies? Everyone's trying to remake everything.
I
There's
know,
no
right?
original ideas, like nothing new.
Well, that's because like I think like they have tried everything, almost everything, and it's like you need like something really unique to come out for them to even bother with making something new. It's so easy for people today to just get the say so to make something like out of something else
Yeah,
that
'cause
happened
then
like 20 years
It can
ago.
like it can exist off the second wind of something else. It doesn't need to stand on its own because
Like it can have
something
its own
else already
play.
did.
It can have its own world that it gets standard already, like something that they don't have to keep explaining. Like the same thing with the Jumanji movie,
hold on,
like
hold on.
that's coming out now. Like
Hang
that.
on. What I'm saying is, like, it's much easier to launch a movie off a brand that everyone knows than it is to make your own. Because people see like, oh, The Conjuring, I like that movie. Let's go see the third one. As
Yeah,
opposed
that's
to,
true.
oh, interesting original title. I'll give it a chance maybe eventually.
Josh, can I get you?
You know what I
You've seen Kingsman, right?
Yeah, of course.
Are you? What do you think about the new one that's coming out?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
For people, if people are watching in like 3 years, we're talking about the Golden Circle. I don't know how many fucking sequels Kingsman's gonna have. I assume it's just gonna be 2 because I don't see them actually having anything else to do, considering what they're doing in the second one.
I thought the first one wrapped it up very nicely.
I did too,
liked
but
the way
like the
story
fact
went.
that they're having a sequel and it actually looks good, I don't know. I think it'd be something. I'm excited for it. I loved
It
the
looked-
first one.
I love the first one, but I think it was perfectly fine.
No, yeah, I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm saying like it's not like I expected a sequel. I mean, I did because of how good the first one actually did.
More like,
Like-
a farce one.
I can't remember what the fucking box office was, but apparently everybody's saying like even after they said the Spider-Man Homecoming, even after they said, like all the critics were like, this is the best Spider-Man to ever come out, and I agreed because I fucking saw it like the 5th day it came out, and I thought it was the best Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man and shit like that. I was okay with Tobey Maguire. Didn't like how it came straight out of his fucking wrist.
I didn't mind a lot of the things about the old Spider-Man.
I just didn't like
I
how he
just
didn't
like-
fit the character age and the fact that it, like I said, came out of his wrist. None of that was ever in the comics at all.
When I wasn't associated with comics or anything. I was just like, oh wow, cool superhero movie. Oh, neato. And I watched it and I was like, wow, fun.
Then I also just felt like Andrew Garfield didn't fit the character whatsoever. Like he was too. He wasn't nerdy enough. Like Peter Parker's supposed to be like a dorky, like nerdy guy who can't fit in, and he like as soon as he got the fucking Spider-Man abilities, just became like a fucking angsty asshole.
Yeah, like Andrew Garfield's like a hunk. I mean, like it's not nerdy in any way. It's like
he tried to be. He looks like he could fit the part, but the way he acted didn't work. Especially, that's another thing I didn't like about the Tobey Maguire thing is when he got the black suit, he turned into like an emo retard.
that was in,
Well,
like, the third one.
that's actually part of the comic. I thought.
No. He didn't become that in the comic. Whoever wears the symbiote suit becomes over encumbered with rage. Like they can't control themselves. They start hitting things. They start fighting
So their
people for no.
emotions.
They have no control over their emotions. They'll start killing people
So
for
they
no reason.
become emo.
No, the way he acted was like he started having an ego. Like that was it. Like he thought he was the coolest guy around.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
That didn't happen in the comics. He didn't become like that. Peter Parker became like evil. Like he was a villain. Like he would kill people. In this one, he just became kind of like a douchebag. Like that's pretty much it.
He's just kind of a mild annoyance.
Yeah, he was. Like he danced. He was dancing. Did you remember the dance scene where he just like
I
fucking
don't.
where he
He
just
combs his hair over and stuff, and he has like
yeah. Yeah,
long
and he
hair.
went into the fucking suit the suit shop, and he came back out and he started dancing in front of girls
I
and like
hated that
fucking
movie.
putting his ass up on things. I'm like, that's
Oh.
that's
I
not what the
remember-
black suit's supposed to do. This is just a
The
disgrace
black
to
suit
it.
just makes him a dick-ass. Like
That's-
he just puts on axe and everything.
I remember my aunt got an illegal copy of it like 4 months before it came out.
Jacob, you
On
endorse
DVD.
pirating? Oh, that's mean.
And
This
he
was when I
was-
was like 10. I was like, oh.
And Venom was in like
Listen.
the better part of like the last 30 minutes of the movie, like, and the movie
I
was
can't-
supposed to
I can't
apparently
fucking
be about the
participate.
symbiote.
I can't participate because I saw this movie once when I was like 8.
I've seen the
I
movie like 4
literally-
times
yeah.
just to get a good
I
feel
still
for
remember
it.
it from when I was 8. That's why, like,
I
don't
remember
watch-
specific things, and I just remember being happy because that's
Fucking
all,
hell.
that's all it was.
I never follow up on any superhero stuff. I don't read like.
I do.
comics.
I'm so into that shit.
Like I always see like superhero stuff come out, and I'm like, yeah, it's not my thing.
Like I'm excited for the new Avengers, the
and then
new
they go out
Thor, all of that shit.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, if there's like a 20th Avenger movie whenever you're watching this, or we're watching
I'd watch the Avengers. I love the Avengers.
whenever you're watching this, if there's like a 20th Avenger movie and it's like 2023, we're talking about like fucking what is it called now? If Avengers Infinity War. If there's like an Avengers like fucking Star Trek, Star Wars, Columbine 42 or something like that. I don't fucking know.
Dude, even recording.
That's not where we're on an hour. I think that's a good place to wrap it up because it seems like we're kind of running out of things. But
Yeah.
anyways, my mouth is dry.
My mouth is always dry. No matter what.
It's
I
just
do.
a problem.
Josh, is your mouth dry?
Oh no.
No.
Did we lose him?
Okay.
I think we lost Josh. I heard him blagging out before.
Oh well.
All right. Well,
His internet's being a bitch.
anyways, we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the ODDcast Podcast. We're gonna try to make this a regular thing because Josh and Jacob actually want to do it, and I actually had fun while doing it. So,
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you guys next time for another one. Bye bye.